Good morning. Our sermon lesson today is from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verses 1 through 4. Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. So when you give to the needy, do not announce it with the trumpets as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the street to be honored by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward. And when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be done in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you in open. My sermon is entitled, Keep It Real. Today we're going to talk about keeping it real. Our sermon is focusing on keeping it real. We live in a world full of fakes. We live in a world through social media, through commercials, through various broadcasts, always advertising something. Over exaggeration, false statements, just to get you to buy a product or support a cause or a person. We live in a world filled with a witch's brew of half truths and whole lies. Jesus teaches us that we should keep it real. Some 2,000 years ago, people then, just like people today, were fakes. So Jesus turns to his followers and he says, don't be like these fakes. I want you to keep it real. Keep it real with your acts of kindness. Keep it real with your religious practices. Keep it real in your relationship with God. You know, people walk up to you and they say, I'm a good person. Chances are, if somebody tells you they're a good person, chances are they're a terrible person. They're saying they're good to disarm you. People walk up to you and say, I have some cash money to give you. Chances are they have some cash money they plan to trick you out of. People walk up to you and say, I have a business investment for you. Chances are they have a scam to beat you out of your money. People turn to you and say, this is a guaranteed return. Chances are there's no guarantee on that return. If I will take the money and run. People walk up to you and meet you and date you and say, I want to get married. But in reality, they don't want to get married. They want the benefit of marriage so they can continue to live their single life. Oh, yeah, they'll walk up and say, I know I look good. Chances are they know they don't look good. They still want you to tell them. People walk up and say, I'm a Christian. Chances are they're not a Christian. They don't even believe in Jesus Christ. They probably don't even read any of the teachings of Jesus Christ or know any of the teachings of Jesus Christ. But they say that to disarm you so you would follow and accept what they say. People say, I love you. Only to really mean I love taking advantage of you when you think I love you. Oh, yeah, we'll boast. I'm living my best life in order to cover up the pain and agony that we're really going through. Oh, another popular phrase people say, don't judge. Chances are they have already judged and they don't want to hear you tell them what they're doing is wrong. People often say, shut up, I don't want to hear it. Chances are they heard it and they already know it. They don't want you to know that they have heard it. So we live in a world of a lot of fakes. But Jesus is telling his disciples, keep it real. Keep it real in your acts of kindness. He says, when you're going to give money to the poor, don't give money to the poor to show off in front of people. When you say, look at me, I'm giving money to the poor, then if you're giving money to the poor to show off to other people, then God is not going to bless you. Your giving to the poor is in vain. He says, so but when you give quietly. Don't let nobody know what you're doing. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. And what you do in secret, God will reward you in open. He said, even when you pray. Some people like to go to church and say, oh, he's a good prayer. And he'll go by his many words or his various acts. They say, oh, look at him. He's a good prayer. No, don't be praying to show off. If you're praying to show off, then that's all you're going to get is showing off, impressing others. But when you truly pray in the closet, pray privately Pray when it's just you and God. And your Father, which hears your prayer in secret, will reward you in open. Your religious acts, even. Be for real. Be for real with your religious acts. Many times we have various religious acts. At that particular time was fasting, but we had fasting, church worship, prayer, singing. If you're doing it to show off in front of people, then your fasting, your worshiping, your prayer is in vain. But when you worship not to show off. Worship personally with God. And your God who sees you in secret will reward you in open. Even in your relationship with God, keep it real. Jesus says, man can't serve two masters. So when you decide to walk the street, you must decide, am I going to follow the world in their teaching or follow the masters in his teaching? But to say you're Christian and then practice evil acts, then you're fooling yourself and God will not know you. Keep it real. If you keep it real, if you keep your relationship real with God, God will bless you. Keep it real and God will be with you. Keep it real and God will know you. Notice Jesus says that he was teaching one time to his followers. And the followers said, Lord, based on your teaching, it seems like only a few people are going to be saved. And Jesus said, oh, yeah, that's true. So you better make every effort to enter through that narrow door. Because many, I tell you, will try to enter, but will not be able to get in there. And once the owner of the house gets up and closes the door, you will stand outside, knocking and pleading, sir, open the door, let us in. But the owner will answer, I don't know you or where you come from. He said, then they will say, we ate with you. We drank with you. We sat on the street corners and you was teaching us. We was worshiping with you. But Jesus is going to say, oh, you're going to hell because I don't know you. Keep it real. When you pretend you know God, but don't know God, God's not going to let you into the kingdom. Keep it real. There's a little story of two ministers were reciting the Lord's, the 23rd Psalm, the Lord is my shepherd. The first minister recited the 23rd Psalm and people clapped and he sat down. The second minister, he got up, older minister, and he recited the 23rd Psalm. And people began to cry. People's lives began to change. People began to repent from their sins. People began to get healed. Young boy turned to his father and said, Dad, did not two preachers recite the same psalm? He said, yes. Well, why did the first preacher, the people clap? The second preacher, people's lives begin to change. The father looked at the son. He said, son, the first preacher knew the 23rd Psalm. The second preacher knew the shepherd. Keep it real. Know your shepherd, and God will bless you. Keep it real. Know your God, and God will deliver you. Keep it real. Know your God. Be truthful and honest with your God. Worship your God and praise your God. Keep it real. And God will bless your family. God will bless your children. God will bless your life. Keep it real. Be real with God. And God will bless you because he will know you. Keep it real. This is Victor Frost coming to you today at Christ Baptist Church, church without walls. Peace and God be with you. And remember, keep it real. Peace.